Captain Fisher at? Oh, don't hide the crowd. Right here, the DA wants to execute Mumia Abu-Jamal without having the new death penalty phase. This is information clearly pointing out that Mumia did not have a fair trial. Where's our camera? United States Supreme Court rules against Abu-Jamal PCRA evidence. Right here is a CD. It's up on the internet. And it was by Hans Bennett. It has the Today Show and also evidence of the Holocaust pictures to show very clearly that the district attorney, the police, manipulated the crime scene.
On the move, long live John Africa. Dear brothers and sisters, the battle for freedom and justice gets hotter by the day. The struggle goes on, as it must. And that is thanks to many of you who fought with me all these many years. To you and to you all, I thank you for your solidarity, your support, and your prayers. This system has broken its own so-called laws to deny us justice, but they've not broken you. I applaud your will and your continued resistance to the system of repression, imprisonment, injustice, and death. Let us struggle together. Let us all prevail together. Thank you all. On the move. Long live John Africa. From death row, this is Mumia Abu-Jamal.
It's an outrage that Mumia Abu-Jamal, who's an innocent man who's been on death row for 27 years, can't get a fair trial. And yet we have war criminals, known war criminals like George Bush, who's in Philly today, who on January 20th is basically out of office and free.
You can't shut us up, shut us down, never regret. Fuck Bush, I'ma play it loud, raising a fist, we all are.
His case shines such a spotlight on the injustices throughout this judicial system, throughout the court system, but also when you educate about Mumia, you can educate about what Mumia was doing activism around at the time of his arrest. Mumia was doing activism against police brutality. Mumia was doing activism in support of the environment and against industry. Mumia was doing all this kind of work in support of animal rights, in support of communities, in support of healthy lives for us all. And I feel like it's a strategic cause to be involved in because I believe in all these things and I want to be a part of a movement that connects them and fights for all of them. One of the reasons given for the denial of the Move 9's parole was the supposed violent nature of the offense. So now they've all been denied parole, they've all been given a 1-year hit, which means that next August they'll be re-eligible. But now there's this stigma with the parole board where they're supposed to give extra attention to everyone who has a violent offense. So, we feel like this is a really troubling issue. It affects obviously way more people than the Move 9. And really, I feel like it's a strategic case. If people can join together and fight for the parole of people like the Move 9, Sundiata Kohli, Bronson Bowers, all these people who are eligible for parole, who stand a chance of coming home, if we can unite our energy, bring them home, we have this many resources, this many people with us, to then push for Mumia, Leonard Peltier, and all these people who don't stand legal chances the way these people who are eligible for parole do.
When the government came after me and accused me of aiding terrorism, they really came after me for all my long-term work within the black community, within the political prisoner and POW community, that it wasn't just this Muslim sheikh that it was about. I don't think we can look to Obama's presidency as bringing in a year of enlightenment in which all people will say, oh, we've done all these bad things in the past, now we'll do them right. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not happy with the appointment of Jeffrey Holder, who wanted to lock up everybody who dissented within the government. I don't think he's good for my case in particular. But we're waiting for the decision on appeal, and hopefully that'll come, and we will have a victory to celebrate. We could use a victory in this movement, and particularly I hope we have a victory for Mumia in the Supreme Court on these issues that we all feel so strongly about.
People got to understand, Polikoff is not a Mumia supporter. He thought Mumia was guilty. He got there early that night, before the crime scene got there. He took these pictures. He turned them into the DA in 1981. They were never a part of the evidence that was turned over to Mumia's side.
What are we talking about? Stop the execution. We don't carry no guns, but we packing something lethal. Mumia and Cruz, the power of the people. Mumia don't carry no bonds, but he's blazing. The way he writes journalism, it is amazing. Exposing their system for its deception.
What we're saying here again, they deliberately kept evidence out. Now, why would they frame Mumia? Because Mumia is a black freedom fighter. He's now a black political prisoner on death row. Mumia fight for the rights, especially of black people. But Mumia fight for the rights of all people, of all life. We will not stand by. We want to make it very clear that these pictures, this press conference, this people's press conference with independent media is going around the world. As we talk, it is going up on the internet. Lynn Abraham cannot say that she do not know that this evidence exists. And furthermore, we want to make it very clear that someone should be arrested for withholding evidence in a murder trial called tampering with the evidence.
Free Mumia, you heard? It's time to free Mumia.
Hey, Ramona.
In 1995, George Michael Newman was an investigator working with the defense team, and he interviewed Robert Chobert. He says that Chobert told him that he was not parked where he testified to being, and in fact he was parked over here. And so this photo that recently emerged shows that he was not parked behind Officer Faulkner's car. So folks are looking at this flyer here. There's an empty space behind Officer Faulkner's car, and that's exactly where Robert Chobert said he was parked when he witnessed the shooting. In the new British documentary that airs on Sundance TV Monday night, December 8th, they interview Billy Cook for the very first time on television. He's interviewed, and he says that he never hit Faulkner. Faulkner came at him from the very beginning. He used a racial slur against him, and then he proceeded to beat him up.
Never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
A rebellion of the spirit that reaffirms their intrinsic human worth based upon who they are and what they possess.
We came here today because our church is an open and affirming church, and we believe in every human right, in every human being rights to speak up against the system that is oppressing them. We believe that every human being should have the right to stand up against injustice, and we believe that it's our duty to free those who dare to stand up and speak up against injustice.
The only thing that I said was non-revolution, and we can start that if we stop the execution.
We got to put the pressure on this system to the point where if they want to deal with this society and this society's ability to function, you better bring our political prisoners home. That's right. Then we can talk, maybe, but it'll be on our terms. Our terms. We got to get defiant with that. We got to get indignant with that. We got to understand that our right to be free should be such that we don't care how they like it. Our freedom is number one. We must bring them, like George Jackson says, we must bring them to their knees. We are at war. With that consciousness, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Let's break some boundaries here so that our freedom fighters know that this ain't just symbolic that we out here, that we are seriously organizing in our communities to take back our lives and bring them home where they belong. Right on? Power to the people, y'all.